What's going on? How you guys doing? Okay, so did you guys hear about this whole uh Pelosi and with the Capitol now? The Capitol Police, they're opening up offices in Florida and San Francisco. Of course, San Francisco because that's Pelosi's district. But if you look at the big picture is they're trying to implement a national police force. That's what they want. That's the bottom line. You see, they already have the FBI, the DOJ, the DOD, NSA, probably the CIA, and probably some other government agencies. They're already part of that secret police that only answers to the communist left, aka the Democrats. And don't count on the Republicans because they're too weak. They're too scared to do anything about it. And I am pretty sure many, especially in the leadership position, like Liz Cheney, McConnell, probably even McCarthy, they're right along with them. They say, of course, they say all the right things, but at the end of the day, they're all together in this, guys. So don't count on your Republican officials to actually step in and do anything about it, because they don't. What I've seen throughout the past 4 years, 8 years, let's say 8 years, is the Republicans, even when they're in charge, they only end up enabling the communist left, aka the Democrats. So, don't count on them to do anything about this, because they won't. I promise you, they won't. They'll give good speeches and they'll talk and they'll hold all these hearings, in Congress and in the Senate, and they'll, hey, you come and testify, and you come and testify, and you come and testify, and that's all there's gonna be. At the end of the day, they're gonna pass their bullshit, communist ideology crap anyway. So what do we do? What can we do? Well, it starts in the community. It starts first. We got to stop bickering with each other and start focusing on the government. The whole defund the police movement, that's what this is. This is all about that, guys. It's all been about that. Defund the police is going to end up going to, we're going to take, your local police departments can't just, they're too racist and they're too hateful and they, blah, 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 this and blah, 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 that, and more propaganda. So we're going to take the funds from your local police department, we're going to give it to the Capitol Police. And they're going to set up an office and they're going to set up their own police force in every city and every state. And the bottom line is, before you know it, you have a national police force that only answers to the communist left. That's the big picture. That's where they're trying to get at. Like, I've been saying this with the FBI, since Russia collusion, since the whole fake narrative crap. And, the FBI pushed so hard for it. And, they lied and they did everything they could to try to basically cheat Trump out of the election. So when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute. The FBI is no longer what it was. The FBI now is part of the communist left, aka the Democrat. It's just an arm of it, It's the police force of the communist left. And that's what they're trying to do with the Capitol Police, moving them to Florida, opening an office in Florida and San Francisco. And who are they going to go after? Extremists? Extremist means aka if you're a conservative, if you're a real patriot, if you love the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, if you're a Christian, you're automatically a extremist. Who do you think they're going to go after? I mean, if you go back to my previous videos, I've stated I was born in Romania under a communist dictatorship. So I understand the playbook of communism. You know, they use class warfare, they use race, and all this other stuff. This is all to move America more towards communism. That's why the communist left, the Democrats, are so weak on China. And not the people. I'm not talking about the people. You know, I'm talking about the Chinese Communist Party. They're weak because they actually admire them. They actually want to be more like China. And you know, if you actually pay attention to the world and what's going on, you saw that with some of the interviews from last week. What they were saying about all of this. So it's gonna start with the Capitol Police opening up a office in Florida and San Francisco, and then you're gonna hear one. They're probably in Texas and Georgia and Chicago. Chicago probably actually will be the third one that they're gonna open up an office. And before you know it, the Capitol Police that's supposed to police the Capitol in Washington, D.C. is gonna be in every state and every city in the country. And like I said, then the communist left, aka your precious Democrats, are gonna say, you know what, we're gonna take the funding that we give to your local police department, we're gonna give it to the Capitol Police because they're not racist. Because they understand policing in, diverse communities. Which is all BS, of course. No, the only reason that they're gonna do that is because they want a national police force. And I cannot repeat myself enough. They want a national police force that only answers to the communist left. Guys, it's so simple. It's so simple. I mean, I guess, it's simple to me because I've lived it. I understand it. I understand the communist tactics and their games that they play and, the words they use. And, here it might be different wording and all this, but it's at the core, it's all communism, guys. So I suggest we stop fighting with each other and start coming together in our own communities and talking to each other like adults. Stop looking at someone's skin color and this and that, because that's not important. At the end of the day, if these communists actually win, they're not gonna give a rat's ass. You black, you think you're gonna have it easier because you black? No. Or you brown? They're just using that. They're using race. They're using race. Of course, first they're gonna go after conservatives. And oh wow, they're actually black conservatives. Who would have duh. Of course there are. And they're actually, in reality, the black community and Hispanic community, or the brown community, whatever you want to call yourselves or whatever. I'm not trying to be hateful or anything like that, so get that crap out of your mind right now. They're actually more conservative than, which is, I don't know why you guys vote for Democrats. But anyway, I'm getting off the subject. So this is the way it starts. This is the way it starts. We got to come together. We got to stop fighting each other. Come together in our own communities. And then little by little, branch out throughout the entire United States. Because if we, the people, stand together, they'll lose. They will lose. But if you let them get away with this crap, with them setting up Capitol Police in Florida and San Francisco, and next is going to be Chicago, and then probably Texas, and then whatever. What do you think is going to happen, guys? We already know the FBI played a role in January 6th. I'm pretty sure that we have video that shows the Capitol Police like waving people inside, like, yeah, come on in, and just opening it up, opening the doors up, and like, yeah, come on in, guys. That's because they were probably talking to the FBI. They were all in on it. So you already have the FBI that's already part of the secret police, you know? So now you have them, and now you have the Capitol Police. And I'm telling you guys, this is what the whole defund the police movement is about. They want to implement a national police force. And yes, I will keep repeating myself until you Americans start understanding and start actually thinking for yourselves. Guys, this is serious. This is serious. You don't want to end up like my country was with the communist dictator, where you have lines of people that look like zombies because there's so much malnutrition in the country because they're not getting enough food, and you get your little portion. And if you complain, oh, you got the Capitol Police right there saying, come on, buddy, you can't complain about your portion. You better be happy with what you got, even though your family's starving to death. And they're eating fucking filet mignon and lobster and whatever else they want. Don't ever think that, oh, it can't happen here, not in America. No. You better wake up, and you better realize it can happen anywhere. Romania, they did the same thing. Oh yeah, we trust the government. We'll give up our guns and all that. We'll keep a few rifles for hunting and stuff like that. But the majority of people that live in the cities, they got rid of their guns. Next thing you know, it's communism. So it can happen anywhere. It can happen anywhere, guys. And it is. It's happening all over the world. This is a global communist movement. And even people that have lived it are like going right back towards that and thinking it might be a good idea. Like, what? We've tried that. What are you guys doing? But guys, you have to realize all of this is for a bigger picture. All of it, this whole propaganda that cops are racist, this propaganda that there's systemic racism and all this, is just to make it easier for the communist left to take control, keep control, and set up a national police force that's only going to answer to them. And they're just going to come in the middle of the night and do whatever the hell they want. So are you going to let them do that? Or are you going to stand up and say, no, enough is enough? We don't need Capitol Police in Florida or California. Stay your ass at the Capitol, which is Washington, D.C. Protect the Capitol. Protect our house. It's not Pelosi's house. It's not Schumer's. It's not McConnell's house. It's not Liz Cheney's house. It's we the people's house. Do your damn job. Stop trying to implement communism. And I'm asking right now, if you're a real American, if you love this country, and you happen to work for the Capitol Police, do it quietly. Find out who's on your side, truly on your side, and believes what you believe, and blow the whistle on these communist bastards. Blow the whistle. If you're in the FBI, the DOJ, the NSA, every other agency out there that's moving towards communism and moving towards that secret police that the communists want on the left. You can't be afraid. Yeah, you might lose your job. But blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Because I guarantee it, you don't want to live in a communist country. You can't do it better. You won't do it better. So come on. If you're a real patriot, you out there in the Capitol Police, if you real, then you'd blow the whistle on these bastards. Are you? Do you have the courage it takes to blow the whistle on all these agencies? Whether you're a Capitol Police officer, whether you're NSA, whether you're FBI, whether you work for the Department of Justice, whether you work for the Department of Defense, or the NSA, or the CIA, or whatever. Are you brave enough? Are you a real American? Are you a real patriot to blow the whistle on what's really going on? I have the courage because I've lived it. But I'm not in those agencies. All I can do is make some videos and try to tell people, hey, look, America's going towards communism. Because I've lived it. I've seen it. I know it. And I see all the signs. Do we really want a secret national police force, aka the Capitol Police, rounding up people in the middle of the night, hand in hand with the FBI? Because some of you are too scared to speak up. Some of you are too afraid to stand up for we the people. Can't be afraid. Not in these days. Not in these times. You cannot be afraid. Yeah, you may lose your job. But don't sell out. Don't sell out your morals, your ethics. Don't sell out the American people of all color, all creed, all races, all genders, whatever. Don't sell us out for a bunch of communist bastards on Capitol Hill that walk into our house and spew nothing but evil propaganda, hatred. Stand up for the American people. So, yeah, guys, it's getting real. It's getting real. And if you don't think that, oh boy, oh boy, boy, oh boy. Stand up. Don't be afraid. Speak up. And start talking to each other. Start communicating instead of fighting with each other. We can't let them implement a national police force that only answers to these communist bastards called Democrats and these weak-ass Republicans that only enable these communist bastards. Do the right thing. Thank you. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's get it done. Let's get her done.